What's going on, people? Y'all know what time it is. Oh, it's on and cracking. It is on and cracking. Today we have a special guest for Petty Tuesday. My brother is coming in. But first of all, this Petty Tuesday, and pretty much every Petty Tuesday, unless I tell you otherwise, is brought to you by Stop Line Book from stoplinebook.com. I am the author, the writer, and the producer, well, co-producer with God, touch your neighbors, of Stop Line Book. Y'all have no idea how excited I am about this. Not because this is my first time doing an interview with him, not because this is my first time talking to him. I talk to this guest all the time, usually like once a week or something like that, and for hours at a time. Okay, this is the kind of conversation I usually have to take my headphones off because they die out, and then I have to talk to him on regular phone, this and that, and the other. Today, I'm just excited about it because he is coming onto my show. And he is my first guest for Petty Tuesday. I want y'all to give a shout out, a hand clap of praise, and a standing ovation for Blanchard. Blanchard is in the house, y'all. Blanchard is in the house. Okay, we want to say
thank y'all. Thank you,
Blanchard, coming in. Blanche, you know, I have just admired you for so long, and vice versa. Actually, Blanche has told me before that he used to follow me way back from 2011 for my weather reports and stuff like that. And so it's just so wonderful how things come full circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just super happy that Blanche is here. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we got some, we got some stuff going on this week already. It don't even make no damn sense. You know, so first of all, you know, your president, I ain't gonna do you like that, Brett. Yeah, I know he's not your president. They president. President, because I know it's not your president. They president is running around here talking about he done did some stuff with the unemployment rate. So let's go ahead and talk. And I find it so interesting because every time something good or something they can perceive as good happens, they say it's because of this current administration. Every time something bad happens, then they say, oh, well, it's external. It's got something to do with like the Republican or what Trump did before or what we're now dealing with and all this other kind of stuff. They got more excuses than a Negro going to jail. But if something good going on, you know, you had just said that recently in one of your lives that you did. You said when people do good things, they black. But when people don't do good things, all of a sudden they ain't black. Oh, well, you know she's Indian.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know she's Latino or whatever. You know, all of a sudden they ain't black now because they ain't doing nothing good. Just like when you have a kid, you know, oh, well, that's your son. You know, when they start acting up, oh, you need to come get your child, you know, because your kid is acting up. But when they get good grades, well, you know, my baby, you know, my baby doing good. So let's just take a quick listen to this report they got here.
I think it's fairly clear what we're going to hear from President Biden. He's going to tout these new and strong economic numbers as evidence that his policies are working. We're going to hear about the American Rescue Plan, the $1.9 trillion package that the administration enacted last year.
$1.9 trillion, Blanche?
That's crazy.
What you doing for $1.9 trillion? If y'all have not bought another planet by now with all of this stuff, all this money coming from here, 3.5 trillion, 1.9 trillion. We ought to own something by now.
Listen, they should have cured racism with that money, right?
Hello. By now,
no more racism.
One color by now.
Right.
And we're going to hear about how that laid the groundwork for the progress we're seeing. Just to recap the numbers released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics at 8:30 this morning, while we await the appearance of President Biden, now more than 15 minutes late to the state dining room for his remarks. The number of jobs.
Come on, man.
What?
Come on, man.
Hey, Brent.
God, these folks crazy, man. These people crazy. Oh, man.
He's late to his own conference.
You know how crazy that's.
This don't even make no sense.
No, these folks crazy, man.
You seen him last week when his wife had to help him down the stairs. Did you see him?
Listen, you know what? And you know what, Megan? It's actually sad, though.
No, it is. No, it is. It really is.
That these folks would pick this man to do this, knowing he wasn't even, like, they know he wasn't well. Like, they knew it.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. You're right about that. It's elder abuse.
It actually is.
No, I think so. I think so. And then you know, it's bad for us because first of all, we don't like him. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. So then when he comes out and he, you know, doing like that, you know, it's bad on us because we don't like him already, and then you giving us more bait. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I got to curb my laughter and all this stuff because technically I'm making fun of an old person. And I actually like old people. I love seasoned citizens. Okay, I really do. You know, but this guy, he's making it really awful because he, you know, it's like you don't want to make fun of a elderly person, but you also don't want to just let this shit slide because Biden is doing a horrible job. A lot probably having to do with the fact that he is so elderly.
Right.
And he's not healthy. Now he's 15 minutes late. We probably can't even find him.
Added in the country. And when we talk about the number of jobs added, we're talking about non-farm payrolls. Was 467,000 jobs just in the month of January. Economists were only expecting about 170,000 jobs to be added. So that's a very strong number as well. The number of jobs added in the month of December was revised sharply upward from 199,000 to 510,000. So that is two back-to-back months of very strong job creation. The unemployment rate has effectively held steady, ticking upward just by 0.1 of a percentage point from 3.9% to 4.0%. That is an unemployment rate that most presidents of the United States would covet. As well, the labor participation rate. This is the percentage of all adult Americans who are eligible to work and who are either actively employed or looking for work, ticked upward to 62.2%. It's better than it was in the month before. It still hasn't reached quite the peak, that number that President Trump reached in 2020 of 6.
So Blanche, you know, what do you feel about this?
I have two things on this. The first thing is, I believe these companies are letting people go for not getting a jab, but not saying that they're unemployed. Like, so they're not showing the numbers of people they're letting go. They're acting like they still have these employees and they don't. So when they're taking these numbers are not reflecting the folks that actually have lost their jobs because the companies aren't reporting that they're getting rid of these people for not getting a jab. That's why the numbers look like this. And think about this, folks are being denied unemployment. So now you got to look at the denial of unemployment and the jobs not reporting it. So it looks like all these folks are still employed, and it's a lie. There are a bunch of folks that don't want to go back to work. There's a bunch of folks that can't get unemployment. And there's a bunch of folks that got let go and their job is not saying they got let go because that redhead lady,
Circle back. Circle back.
What's her name? Circle back.
Yeah.
Circle back said.
I don't even know her name. I call her Circle back.
The reason why the numbers went up for unemployment was because when they took the polls, this is what she said.
Because of COVID.
Folks were at home sick. Folks were at home sick.
No, I remember when she said that. I said, that lady is retarded.
Retarded.
I can't say that word. No, I said it's too late now. We don't already said it. The lady is retarded. This lady gonna sit up there and say that when you call out sick, that then counts for unemployment. Something is wrong. And she the secretary of the state. Of the whole states, of all the states. She's the secretary of all the states. And she gonna sit up there and say out of her mouth. Are you understanding? Do you remember last week when the mayor of LA gonna sit there and say he holds his breath? I don't understand what's going on. Something is wrong. I don't know if it's the juice is messing up these people's cognitive mind, or if they was already messed up before the juice came around. I don't know. But you gonna sit there and say, well, unemployment was real high because people were calling out sick. So now so when somebody's out for 3, 4, 5 days, 7 days, whatever the new days you're supposed to be out now when somebody's out, you calling that as unemployment numbers?
That's crazy.
And then on the other side of the country, you got this jackass talking about, well, when I take my mask off, I hold my breath and everybody can see that. So do you ever breathe again, or you put your mask back on real quick when it's time to breathe?
When that man said it, I said, what? So hold up. So y'all done told us to follow the science for 2 years. Now we done got to the point where now the science says hold your breath. Right.
Well, you can't breathe. Remember? They run around. I can't breathe. I'm telling people stop saying that. I can't breathe. Okay. Well, now they're telling you don't breathe.
Don't breathe. Don't breathe.
Don't worry about gasping for air. They put one mask on you, then they put 2. Then they told you, well, you ought to 3 times up. Put 3 masks on. They don't want you to breathe with your silly ass. They clearly you just put everything. Whatever you can find, just put anything that you can find, put it in front of your face. This is the most foolishness. They don't want you to speak the truth. They don't want you to breathe. They don't want you to take pictures unless you're holding your breath. They don't want you to vote. They don't want you nothing. They don't want you to be in charge of your own children. We done went off on a rant already. It's too much. But I can't even. It's too much. It's too much. Anyways, go ahead about this circle back lady. She get on my.
So she basically says that the unemployment numbers were due to folks calling out sick, which actually is a lie. Don't make any sense.
No.
So clearly, but now they're about to say that the unemployment rate is good. So which one is it? Are the numbers wrong or are they good? Because she said the numbers reflect, and in our community, unemployment done went up in our community.
Oh yeah.
Since Joe Biden been in office,
And she was off. I think her numbers were off.
Perhaps the most wanted terrorist in the world.
Her numbers were off by about almost like 300,000. Like she was saying that the unemployment was going to be 100 and something thousand, or that the job numbers creation was going to be 100 something thousand creation, and the numbers ended up coming out to 400 something. I don't know how she's off by that many numbers. Like she was trying to lower the expectation so that it was so low that anything. But again, you're not creating any jobs. Listen, there's no way that you're creating jobs when I go to the grocery store,
right?
And I'm bagging my own groceries,
right?
And I'm scanning my own groceries. There's no way that you're creating jobs. It's not possible.
Right.
There's no way that you're creating jobs when I go to Home Depot and I'm scanning my own plywood. There is no way that you're creating jobs when people are going into McDonald's and putting in their own burgers and fries and shit. Where are you creating jobs? How are you creating jobs when you've gotten rid of all the regular jobs? We are getting scammed so bad in Illinois. Let me tell you something. They have taken away the actual people that take your money at the toll booth, right? They've taken those people away, right? So when you used to go to the toll booth, they say, okay, for two-wheel axle, four-wheel axle, it's going to be $1.50 or whatever, and then you give your money and then the lady gives it back, or you put your credit card in, you get a receipt, you keep it moving. Well, now because of this COVID, right? Oh, well, we got to take away all the human beings. So now you just roll through the scanner and you have no idea what they're charging you.
It could be anything.
Next thing you get an alert. Oh, well, you're missing money. You need to put more money in your wallet. But I just put $20 in the month. I just put $20 and I only went through the thing 2 times. This is hook rates. These are whole rates. This is too high. Just to drive through the thing, and every time you turn around, boom, money gone. And we don't own our own toll roads. Somebody else. China owns our toll road. China, all the rest of these people own our toll roads. All this, every time you go through the toll, you are not paying your city. You are not paying Illinois when you go through these toll roads. You paying whoever owns these toll, whoever they borrow the money from. That's who you paying. That's who you paying. So you might as well know that now.
Yeah, I think China owns all the skyscrapers. China and Japan own all the skyscrapers in the major cities. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's beyond ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. Let's talk about this stupid.
Hold on. Did you see where they said they were going to sue the people in New York City because they were because they were allowing the immigrants to vote?
Who gonna sue them?
Black people in New York. They suing the city because they allow immigrants to vote.
Well, I say congratulations. I say congratulations. But who the attorney? Who's organizing this? Because you know
that's why I don't know. It ain't being crunk.
Yeah, right. Because if it ain't being crunk and it ain't about racial stuff, you ain't gonna win.
Yeah.
And I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what you said. Adams ain't nothing but a darker skinned Biden.
Well, he said he the Biden of Brooklyn.
Who said it?
He said he the Biden of Brooklyn.
When somebody calls himself the Biden of Brooklyn, ain't no negotiation. Negotiation is over. You might as well call yourself the underlord or some crap like that. Like, what kind of, who does that?
But hold on, Megan. They said that the immigrants being allowed to vote is racism. So basically, black folks in New York are claiming they're not allowed to vote, but immigrants are allowed to vote.
Well, that is what Adams is trying to do. He said he wanted to get 800,000 immigrants the ability to vote. Illegal immigrants, the ability to vote. And I have already said on record that black people are worried about the wrong thing. Biden already said that the black people need to join in with the Hispanics because you're about to be replaced. Period. Yeah. So you're running around here talking about racism, slavery, and these people constantly telling you about the right to vote. It's not your right to vote that they're concerned about. You already have a right to vote. They're about to give the right to vote. This whole right to vote situation is for somebody else. It's not for black folk. Black folk already got the right.
Right.
You already got the right to vote. What they're trying to do now is they're trying to displace the black people that do have the right to vote.
Yeah.
With people that will just vote whatever way that they're swayed to vote. Because as soon as black people start waking up, as I have said before, the black people are impressionable. Where black people can be impressed and black people can impress.
Yeah.
They can influence, right? We are one of the strongest races to influence. We influence everybody. We influence the Asians. We influence the Caucasians. We influence Europeans. We influence everybody all over the world. Does things the kind of black way, right? They dance,
yeah.
they run, they play basketball, the black way, right? Okay. That being said, if too many black people wake up and really get knowledge, that can be very dangerous. They don't want that. So in order to keep that from happening, what they do is they dummy you down with your food, they dummy you down with your music, they dummy you down with these video games, they dummy you down with the weed, they dummy you down, they just, with the reality shows, they dummy you down. But just in case that doesn't work, let's make sure we put some other people in here. Just in case we may have to, switch some of these numbers around and move some things around because we can't trust you. Because if you get woke, you're going to wake up everybody else.
Right.
And we can't have that. That's why they took me off TikTok. They said, oh, no, we got to she's dangerous because she's talking too much and too loud. And
you got banned quick off of TikTok. Talking about fast.
I'm talking about, I think I was on there for about 2 weeks.
That's crazy. I'm talking about fast. And guess what? It's folks on TikTok doing every and anything on TikTok, literally.
Oh yeah, it's butt naked.
Yeah.
Dirk Diggler. You know what I'm saying? They got all kind of stuff on TikTok. I come on there and ask Biden a question. I didn't even say his name. Shut it down. Whoever this broad is, we don't know who she is. We gotta go. Yeah, shut her down immediately. Yeah. So they want to displace and replace, and so they say, hey, well, we'll give you a bag of chips and a place to stay and so forth and so on, as long as you vote the Democratic way. You know.
So what are our people going to do if they don't have any voting leverage? If they don't have any leverage, what are they going to do? Because if they can go to the Hispanics and the immigrants and they don't need black folks here, what are they going to do?
What are who going to do? The black people?
Yeah.
They're going to go over there to them Amazon and camps like they're going to do anyway. What you think they're going to do? They don't have much choice. You've lost your leverage. You've and this is, you know, and you had just talked about this last week. You were talking about the symbolism. You know, now they got the first transgender Victoria's Secret model, and she's black. You know, it's just a bunch of symbolism. It's just, well, we'll give you something. We ain't gonna give you what you asked for, but we'll give you something. You know, it's like, you know, I asked you for a bottle of water, you give me a pen. Well, I can't drink the pen. I can't eat the pen. I said I want some water. I'm thirsty. Well, here's a pen. Write us a note about the water. Tell us how being thirsty feels.
That's really what they're doing. Listen, that's really what they're doing.
Write us a poem about thirst for an African American. How does it feel? I don't want to take. I'm tired of talking about it. Just I asked you for some water. That's all I want. We ain't got to further discuss the shit. Just give me some water. Didn't give me a cup, a bottle. Why don't you give me a spring of water? Then I don't ever have to ask you for water again.
Oh, no, they're not gonna do that.
No. Because the pen got some chicken grease on it. It also has, you know what I'm saying? It also got some hot sauce on it. It's got, you know, it's got a weave on it and some Jordan tennis shoes on it and a PS5. So we'll take the pen, but you ain't gonna be able to enjoy none of that because you're gonna die of thirst with your stupid ass. Go die of thirst.
You know what? I saw your boy Michael Eric Dyson. He said dark-skinned women are being mistreated.
By who?
Us, the men. The men we're mistreating dark-skinned women. And I looked up his wife. His wife looks just like Michael Jackson.
See,
I'm serious. If you pull up Michael Eric Dyson's wife, she literally looks just like Michael Jackson.
I can't take it. Oh God, I'm about to use the restroom on myself. Oh shit! I'm looking up right now. Woo! Michael Eric Dyson. Oh wait, what's his name?
I couldn't believe I just knew his wife. I told you.
Oh shit!
I told you. And what's that Kanye song? She got a dark-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson got a light-skinned friend look. I said, I know this man ain't talking about dark-skinned women and his wife.
Oh, this is painful.
Oh my his
God. This is bad. This is bad. He should really be quiet. Somebody, oh damn, ma'am. Oh, she went to the wrong surgeon. It's
like she bleaching her skin too, right?
Yeah, she don't look good. She doesn't look good at all. Oh man. Oh, how did you? Light skin friend. These people need to really, really, really be quiet because the problem is that you keep putting your foot so far in your own mouth, you know, that it's hard to even try to listen to you when, you know, from if anything else were to come up because you done put your foot so far in your mouth. Now you're talking about and even if it's true, it should not be coming out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's like you always looking for some reason to further oppress or bring about some type of like microscope into some type of oppression. And it's just like, what so okay, so dark-skinned women are being mistreated by black men. Okay, now what okay, what are you gonna do about it? Like, what does that mean?
Right.
Because the girl that just jumped off the roof, she was not dark-skinned, she was light. As a matter of fact, she was half white with hair down, real hair, curly hair down to her butt, was an attorney, 30 years old, so she was young. In Kevin Samuels' words, she was a high-value broad. She was light skinned. She had long hair, real hair. She was an attorney by the age of 30. She was Miss USA 2019, and she worked on Extra. She was an Emmy-nominated correspondent for Extra TV. So what's the problem? Because it's certainly not that she was mistreated by black people. She was woke. She was BLM. She was all that. She was pro-commie. What's the problem?
Living in Times Square and jumped out the building in the middle of Times Square so everybody could see 7:30 in the morning.
At 7:30 in the morning, God rest her soul. At 7:30 in the morning. So she wasn't dark. So again, what you're coming up with all this stuff? You just got more shit. What is it now? What's the reason for her? Oh, mental illness. No, stop saying that. And I've said it before. I did a video about that last week. Everything is not mental illness. I'm so sick and tired of that, because real mental illness, as you know, I study psychology. Real mental illness is not getting the attention that it deserves, because everything is mental illness. But everything is not. Some shit is you're just an asshole. Some stuff is you're grieving. Some stuff is you're angry. Some stuff is you've been influenced. Some stuff is you put things inside of your body that is messing with your cognitive mind. Some stuff is, that's just what it is. Everything is not, oh, well, you're bipolar. Oh, well, you're psychotic. Oh, well, you schizophrenic. Oh, well, everything is not that. Oh, well, black people, we just have so much trauma. Jesus.
Well, they used to say that the trauma was passed down through the DNA. Well, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Well, to a degree, that's true, right? Because there is within the genes, there is memory within the cell. There's cell memory within the genes. So that is true. But you begin to degrade your own argument when you know the truth and don't do anything about it. It's not that there is cell memory that cannot be fixed. It's that the cell memory, and once you identify that is the situation, for example, if you know that there's a pathology in your family tree of diabetes, of heart hypertension, heart issues, COPD, whatever, and there's a lineage of pedophilia, your uncles, all your uncles, well, this is what the men do in this family. If you know that, it then becomes your responsibility to fix it. Mm-hmm. You can't just say, oh, well, black people have trauma, and then just leave it. Like, oh, well, we have trauma, so just expect us to act like assholes. It's just ridiculous. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much that's on here. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, man. They're talking out of both sides of the neck.
I remember, speaking of mental illness, the girl, she played in Love. She played on Ally McBeal. She played in Love Jones. She was Nia Long's best friend.
Yeah.
She played Jason's Lyric.
I know exactly who you're talking about. The big breast.
Yes. So she basically nervous breakdown, went crazy, couldn't be in the industry. But I'm listening to her story, and I said something must have happened. Yeah. This girl said one night she was out partying and smoked a joint laced with acid. And she said after she did that, it was never the same. That was it. She said that pretty much ruined her career because she was never stable after that.
I'm trying to look up the girl's name.
Lisa Nicole Carson.
Yep, that's her. That's her. Yeah. And so, and I've said it before, you know, everybody can't do drugs. You know, and the thing is, you have to really be careful, because if you're one of the persons that can't do drugs, you may not be able to snap back.
Right.
You know, I remember when I was younger, there was a guy at the church that I went to, and he was like really slow. Like, you know, he was really handsome too, like a really, really nice looking guy. And he was like in his like maybe early 20s or mid 20s or something like that. And I was a teenager. And I remember my mother saying to me, "See, Megan, that's why you don't do drugs." And I'm like, well, what does that have to do with this man being slow? Because I'm thinking he was born slow. Like he was, you know, like maybe he was autistic or whatever.
Yeah.
Retardation or whatever. And so she was like, "Oh, no. He went to a party one night when he was like a teenager or something like that. He went to a party and smoked something. They're not sure exactly what it was. Smoked something, and he was never the same. One time. He tried it one time. He had never did drugs before. He tried it one time, and this guy was done. He can never live on his own. He can never get a job. I mean, I guess he could get married, but not the regular kind. He, you know, like he can't drive. He can't. It did something to his brain. It fried it or something, and he boom. And this happens all the time, but they never want to talk about that. They never want to talk about that. Yeah. All of a sudden, it's well, you know, black folk, we're just so stressed. And I'm not saying black folk are not stressed. Everybody's stressed.
Everybody's stressed, though. I'm like, why? Everybody is stressed.
Everybody's stressed. And I'm not saying that, you know, if black people feel that they're more stressed than others, okay, that's fine. But what are you going to do about it? Let's say you are more stressed than others. Let's just say you are. What are you going to do about it? Let's not talk about the stereotypical stress that Asians have to deal with. Let's not talk about they can't play. They can't go outside and play. They can't, their parents don't allow them to play video games. Every waking moment of their life is spent on getting not just A's, but A+. They have to do better than everybody else, including other Asians.
Right.
Asians are competing against Asians. They're not thinking nothing about you, by the way. Asians ain't thinking nothing about you, your white friends, your Latino friends, your Nigerian friends, nobody. Asians are they are at such a high level, they're competing among themselves. They have to do piano, violin, debate, research. They need to be graduating by the age of 14, finish college by the age of 16, going to medical school finishing medical school by the age of 20. This is the kind of stuff they're doing. So let's not talk about levels of stress. Everybody is stressed. Everybody's stressed all the time. So what is it that makes, I mean, damn. And this is going on currently. We're not talking about 400 years ago or 100 years ago or even 50 years ago. There are people dealing with this right now today. This level of stress, man. But it's crazy. Come on, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. All right. Ass wipe. Wait, let me take this number here.
The answer is not to defund the police. It's to give you the tools, the training, the funding, to be partners, to be protectors.
Talking about the reduction of our NYPD budget and defunding a $6 billion NYPD budget.
Not only do we need to defund, but we need to dismantle and start anew.
Yes, I support the defund movement. I am for defunding the police.
My generic point is that
can we agree that we can redirect some of the funding?
yes. The answer is not to defund.
Hold on, he couldn't even talk. Who was asking the robotic questions?
That was what's his name? The smartest man. Remember? What's his name? Come on, y'all. The smartest man to ever live. What's his name? The wheelchair guy. You know who
that wasn't him. Hold on. That wasn't that. Hold on.
That was him. That was him. I'm telling you. Let me play it again.
Defund the police is to
so
give
this
you
is
the
current.
tools.
This right here is current. This
yeah,
right
yeah, no, yeah.
This is current.
The answer is not to defund the police. It's to give you the tools, the training, the funding, to be partners, to be protectors.
Talking about the
this is
reduction
last
of our NYPD budget and defunding a $6 billion NYPD budget.
Not only do we need to defund, but we need to dismantle and start anew.
Yes, I support the defund movement. I am for defunding the police.
My generic point is
But
that,
do we agree that we can redirect some of
He
the
died.
funding?
yes,
He died.
Yeah, he died. So I now they got the crime is so bad. The crime is so bad over there in New York and Chicago and Philly and all this other stuff.
Everywhere.
Now these people are circling back. They're circling back now.
Every Democratic city, the crime has skyrocketed. So
Every
we can
single
go
one.
from Atlanta, any Democratic city, the crime has literally skyrocketed.
Every single one.
In Atlanta, Buckhead said, we want to, separate, secede from Atlanta. And everybody got called them all racism. I said, it ain't racism. You can't kill people when folks' homes is worth $7 million, $8 million. You can't do it.
You can't do it. Don't nobody want to be involved in that crap. Don't nobody want to be involved in that. And again, people think that Stephen Hawking, that was the man's name. Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. That was Stephen Hawking?
Yes. Ain't nobody else up there talking
I
like
thought
that.
he was older than that.
No, wasn't that him?
I think Stephen Hawking's older than that. I remember him when I was a kid. That dude looked young.
Oh, well, who the hell is that then?
That's why I was asking you. Who is that?
They
You
got
know?
another. This man said, wait a minute. Blanchard said, did y'all hear what Blanchard said? Who asked the robot question?
I was trying to see it.
Wait a minute. So let's find out who these people did. Y'all, who is this? Who is this man right here? Who is that?
Yeah, Stephen Hawkins died 2018.
Okay, so that's
So
not
who is the new guy?
I don't know who that guy is. Who is this fella here? Anyway, so the crime is trash. Okay, the crime is a mess. Crime is a mess everywhere, especially in the blue run states. Now, it's not even especially, it's 100% in the blue run state.
Mhm.
Crime has not gone up. I have not done any major research, so I'm not going to say this is absolutely for sure. But I'm pretty much sure that crime has not really skyrocketed in red states. But these blue run states, whoa! Carjacking. Let me tell you what happened last week. So last week it snowed real bad in Chicago, right? And so the first time it snowed, I shoveled or whatever. So then the next time it was a big dump or whatever. So some guy came and knocking on my door or whatever, asking if he could shovel the snow. First I said no, and then I was like, well, let me try to help this man out, blah 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 blah. So I let him shovel the front in my porch and the steps, and the walking down the sidewalk, blah blah blah. Okay, so I gave him some money, I gave him some water, I gave him some heat, some little heat pad thingamajiggy for his hand, whatever. All right. So that same evening, I get an alert on my phone. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. I get an alert on my phone the same evening that just not even a mile away from my house, an elderly couple, a man and a woman, was robbed by gunpoint for their money and their Toyota RAV4 because some man who was knocking on doors, I don't know if it's the same man, maybe it's a different man, but some man was knocking on doors asking if they could shovel the yard. And they said yes. He barged in the house, robbed them, beat them up, took the money, and took their car. So now elderly people can't even get their yard shoveled, can't even get their sidewalk shoveled for fear of you barging into their house and robbing them and stealing their car. Man, I mean,
so how they gonna get to the car if all the snow and stuff in the way? How they gonna it's a safety hazard too, though.
Well, I guess they gonna shovel around it before they shovel around the tires or whatever. Or maybe their car was in the garage. I don't know. But this level of crime is just so. It's just complete and utter mayhem. It's just mayhem. It's just not even it's not even any rhyme or reason. You're gonna steal these old people's car and go where with it? Where
Right. You know, Governor Newsom in California, he didn't want to call the gang members. He said it was offensive. So I'm like, if he don't want to offend the gang members, it's over. Like, come on, like these folks is literally doing the purge in these cities. And my people said in Houston, they said Houston is so crazy. Houston. I know Atlanta's crazy, Houston crazy, LA. I know Chicago.
Yeah, LA told you the police. I was on Newsmax talking about that Newsom comment when this fool talking about well, they're not gang members. They're a group of people or some shit. He said, I said, so what? Now you don't want to offend gang members? You don't want to offend thieves? Like, give me a break. This is a mob of ganging thugs who are stealing stuff from trains. Like, what are you talking about? Now you want to walk, now you want to tiptoe around. Like, we don't want what. But I said it on the news. I said that's what he gets for siding with these kind of people. Same thing just happened to Whoopi Goldberg last week. She say something, you sided with the wrong people. They'll turn on you anytime they want to. Because there's no standards, there's no morals, there's no right. They can do like this whenever they want. Oh, well, you went too far. Cancel culture, cancel. You cancel. Just on the whim. Just well, because I said so. Oh, I don't like what you said. No, even if it's true, doesn't matter. No, but Whoopi Goldberg should have known better. She started feeling herself, maybe because she's getting older, maybe because she got that juice and it messing up with her cognitive mind.
Listen, that's what I was thinking. I said that juice is freeing them up, you know.
Yeah, that juice got your loose lips. So that juice is moistening up your mouth. Because you over here saying the wrong damn thing. You over here, you said what? Oh, no, you can't say that. Because your real name is Karen Johnson or Jackson Johnson or whatever. You can't, don't get beside yourself. You don't, she knows she's not supposed to say no shit like that. Keep your mouth shut when it comes to that kind of stuff. And she knows.
Right.
So she over there, juiced up, fuming on the inside because she's mad because now she's like, oh, well, how dare you treat me like that? Look here, ho. You got to know your place.
Well, you got to think, though, technically she's Jewish. So you know she's offended.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's an honorary Jew. And so she's calling all of her friends talking about a Chacham. Like, what the hell is this? And they like, wait a minute. Wait, just slow your roll. Slow your roll. You're an honorary Jew. You're not, let's just keep it cute. Okay, let's talk about this thing right here real quick because I want to get to, we're going to talk about this and then we're going to talk about, wait a minute now. Where's my mouse at? God damn. You got to pray with strength. Okay, we're going to talk about this because I want to talk to you about this next thing. We'll talk about this real quick.
Oh, Beijing. Okay.
Oh, man. These people.
About the Olympics. It's all about pride, perseverance, and prestige. Not this time, though. In Beijing, it's all about pandemic, snooping, and genocide. It's a PR nightmare for China. They wanted these games to be a grand advertisement. Instead, it's becoming a grand disaster. Empty stadiums, no foreign visitors, declining viewership, and a so-called pandemic bubble. That last one is the biggest disaster. Usually, games villages are lively and colorful. You see athletes hanging around. You see journalists busy clicking pictures. But this is what Beijing's games village looks like.
This is a damn jail.
This is crazy.
This is a jail. Look at this crap. What you got? I wouldn't go.
Medics than athletes. More temperature scanners than cameras. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying it's a failed idea. Beijing's closed-loop system is turning into a Wuhan.
Look at this damn thing blowing air.
Do you see this?
Hey, Blanche. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. This Blanche, what the hell is going on? What is this? You don't know what that thing is spraying? What the hell is
You don't know what it's even spraying. You don't even know what's even spraying.
You don't have no idea what is coming out of this thing here. And let me tell you, you know what it reminds me of? I remember the first time. So one of my employees, when I was working in the corporate world, one of my employees, I think it was her grandmother passed away, and she was Latina and she was a devout Catholic. And so I had never been to a Catholic funeral or memorial service or whatever. And so I went, to her, I think it was her mother. Her mother's service, to support, so forth and so on.
Yes.
And so the priest was walking around with that thing that swings, like a swinging thing.
Like, yeah, I know you're talking about.
And smoke coming out of it. I said, well, what the hell? I said, what is in that thing right there? I don't like this. And so when he came by my pew, I was like, oh, okay, well, let's, I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? It was probably just some incense or whatever. But the bottom line is, I said, oh, no, whatever that is. And it reminds me of that. I'm looking at this. I said, well, what the hell is this?
On virus hotspot. Let me show you the numbers. On January 29th, 34 cases were reported. On January 30th, 37 new cases. On 31st, 24. And on Tuesday, 32. And just to be clear, these are not total cases in Beijing. These are cases linked to the games. We are talking about athletes, coaches, team officials, and organizers.
So they have created a bubble, okay? They've created in Beijing a quote-unquote safety bubble for athletes, coaches, and whoever else is inside of this gated community, gated whatever, to keep down the spread of the virus. And look at these numbers. One day, you got 34 new cases. On the next day, 37 new cases, 24 new cases, 32. Obviously, what you're doing ain't working, and whatever that damn machine is spreading out ain't working, whore. This is really, really bad. I mean, this is absolutely horrible.
Well, what's funny to me is none of this stuff has worked so far, right? So I think the best thing to do is just to let folks live their life, because it can't be any worse, because it hasn't worked. So if the alternative is to let folks live their life, and I guarantee all these numbers going to drop down. Because we forget folks was getting sick before this. Folks used to get sick, get the cold, get the flu, get all kind of stuff. Now folks afraid to cough outside. Could you imagine coughing in Beijing? Could you imagine walking in Beijing and you sneeze?
You going to jail.
You going to jail.
You going straight to jail. And it ain't gonna be no catch and release. So ain't gonna be no steal a Louis bag, get caught, go to jail, get out. No. You cough, you going under. You going under the jail. Go ahead and cough. Go ahead and cough over there by these Chinese people. Go ahead, try it.
I dare you to cough and see what happens.
I dare you. I double dog. Go out there and go. Oh, them robots gonna come. The coughing alert. Stand by. They will come and arrest your ass. Go ahead. You break wind in Beijing at the wrong hour, you're going to jail.
Right.
You're going to jail.
There were 32 new confirmed positives in the last 24 hours. That was 15 from the airport, 17 from the screening program inside the closed loop. That means the total since the 23rd of January is 232 cases, 163 from the airport, 69 from the closed loop.
Surprising. Clean chit all the way.
We can only feel safe in this closed loop here, and
we can only feel safe in this closed loop.
We can only look forward to having successful Olympic Winter Games here in Beijing, thanks to our gracious Chinese hosts.
Thanks to our gracious Chinese host. What kind of
Thomas Bach may feel safe, but the athletes do not share that feeling. Just think about their routine. Shut away from the outside world, nasal swabs every day, coaches and fellow competitors testing positive. It cannot be easy, even for professionals. Look, 1,000 athletes with burner phones. Around 1,000 athletes and coaches are carrying burners. Let that sink in.
So they carrying burner phones because Beijing government is spying on everybody's phone out there. And the president of the Olympics talking about thank you to these gracious hosts. who are spying in your phones. The cases are quadrupling and going out of control out there in this bubble. They got you locked into a place where you cannot come in and out because you're in an actual bubble. And you mean to tell me, and then you got some robot spraying stuff through the air, and you talking about gracious?
Could you imagine you going through all that? You already on lockdown, right? And you test positive?
You in a bad shape.
Listen, if you already on lockdown, not testing positive, can you imagine testing positive? They're gonna take your phone away. They taking the burner phone.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep you in your room. You can't come out.
Oh no.
You can't come out.
No.
So you can't train, you can't practice.
No.
Woo.
Remember when this stuff first started popping off 2 years ago? Remember there was a story of a Muslim woman who was living in China, and she had to quarantine. She tested negative. Everything was negative, but she had flew back to DC for the holidays and flew back in. She tested negative, but they made her quarantine for 14 days. She was in her apartment with an alarm on her door, and everything had to be sent. All deliveries had to be sent to the manager of her building. The manager would take the deliveries, get the payment, take the deliveries to her door, put in a code, open her door, and slide the food in and close the door. If she opened her own door, an alarm would sound off in the whole building, alerting that she had gotten out of her fucking.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
This happened when this first started 2 years ago. I remember watching her whole story. I think I saved it on my phone. I watched her whole story. I could not believe it. She tested negative, but they still made her quarantine for 14 days just in case she had something pop up. There was an alarm on her door. If she opened the door from the inside without deactivating it on the outside, an alarm would sound off, and she had to sign a written agreement. When she left the airport, the only way that she could get off of the grounds of the airport was she had to sign a written agreement. Y'all remember this? She had to sign a written agreement saying that if she comes out of her house within 14 days, she is going to go to jail. Not to the hospital, not to do some further quarantine. JAIL in China. Okay?
That means you ain't getting out.
You definitely ain't getting out the same way you went in.
Cause they gonna you go into jail, you gotta get jabbed up. They're gonna make you get current on all the pokes. So you know that. So you know they was throwing out the remember they threw out the Africans that was in China when it popped off.
Sure did.
Kicked out all the Africans.
Oh yeah, they got rid of all of them. Said that the Africans was carrying the virus. But I don't hear nobody calling China racist.
They'll never call China racist. They never call China racist ever.
I don't hear nobody else. I don't hear them calling China racist. That don't even make no damn sense. Okay, we're gonna talk about this one thing, and then we're gonna get off this thing here. God, this right here.
The Beijing bubble. Boy, them folks over there getting tortured. Ain't nobody even gonna watch it. It's gonna have the lowest viewership. It's gonna be terrible.
Ain't nobody gonna be watching that crap.
Ain't nobody gonna watch it.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. I want to find his picture. This thing that made me so mad, boy. Yeah, here go this piece of shit. Here we go right here. Here we go right here. Wait a minute. Let me do this one first. No. Let me do another. Because I want all angles of this son of a bitch.
Who?
I'm finna show you. See, they don't want to put pictures of him up. They keep putting the pictures of the baby and the mama. No, I want to see his face. See, y'all. No. Yeah, there we go.
Whatever happened to the guy that ran the people over in that parade?
Hello. Whatever happened? What happened? I said the same thing a couple of weeks ago. What happened? How can you run over over some people, old people, children, mothers,
everybody.
fathers, and then you rapped about it in a song. Use the same truck in the video to run over these people, and I ain't heard.
Think about it. He ran over 40-something people and killed 5 or 6. How's that not in the news?
International news. People in Bucktooth, Nigeria should know about this. Where is the news at about this situation? I ain't heard nothing. They ought to be having a public trial and a public hanging for some shit like that.
And I saw the video. He did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose. What are you talking about? Talking about he was being chased by the police. Okay, what that got to do? In fact, even if he was, pull your ass over. You don't run into a crowd of people and if you realize that you're doing that, you just stop your car. Like what? Again, here we go with the mental illness. Oh, he was so stressed out. I don't want to hear that crap.
No.
I don't want to hear that crap. I don't want to hear that crap. Okay, here we go, Blanche. Father of Kennedy Howe, a 2-day-old baby, murders the baby and the mother.
What?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Tennessee authorities say arrested and charged a man in connection with the death of a 2-year-old daughter, and the girl's mother has confessed. Brandon Isabel, 25 years old, charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder of the and the perpetration of aggravated kidnapping, especially aggravated kidnapping, and tampering fabricated with evidence. Isabel was detained Wednesday afternoon while officers were searching for his daughter. Around 7 p.m. Wednesday, the Memphis Police Department announced he was charged for the murder of the 27-year-old Danielle Howe, which is the mother, the baby's mama.
Yeah.
2-day-old Kennedy. According to the arrested affidavit, Isabel admitted to luring the infant's mother to an area where she later was shot to death. The affidavit goes on again. Where are they getting these guns from? The affidavit goes on to state he took the car with the baby Kennedy inside the north at a mud island where the Wolf River enters the Mississippi River and threw the 2-day-old infant into the
Oh my goodness.
Baby Kennedy's body and gun have not
Oh my goodness.
You see this shit? Killed that girl. Baby Kennedy Howe's big sister grieving the death of her mom, newborn. All she does is cry, says grandma. This piece of shit right here. This dog. And then you want to sit up here and talk to me. You don't have to worry about racism. You don't worry about it. You got bigger fish to fry. Your fish so big.
Hours after April Campbell's daughter was killed and granddaughter disappeared.
Danielle, she missed by everybody. Like I say, young folks make mistakes, but that wasn't a mistake. There wasn't a reason to kill my daughter.
27-year-old Danielle Hoyle was found shot to death near her car in Whitehaven around 11:15 Tuesday night. Police soon realized her newborn daughter wasn't with her. The search lasted all day Wednesday and into the night on Island for 2-day-old Kennedy Hoyle.
I just wish I could just hold my grandbaby. I just want to tell them, I love them. I miss them.
After 6 p.m. Wednesday, police arrested Kennedy Hoyle's father, Brandon Isabel, on 2 counts of first-degree murder in the perpetration of aggravated kidnapping, especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering and fabricating evidence. This is what Campbell had to say about the man accused of killing her daughter and grandchild.
I want him to suffer like he made my baby suffer. I want him to hurt. I don't want it to be easy for him. I want him to suffer. He needs to suffer. Why would you hurt a baby?
Now that's the first time I've heard somebody actually say that they're not going to pray to Jesus.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes how many.
I'm proud of her for not saying she want Jesus to take care of it. Now I read on one of these that he was married. He was married. and this was his side piece. And that he also had another girlfriend. He also had another girlfriend who said that she was going to kill Danielle and the baby, because he told Danielle, the girl that he killed, he told her to have an abortion and she didn't want to have an abortion. So he going to take it upon himself to go ahead and kill the mother and the baby while he has a wife and probably some more kids and another girlfriend who's obviously crazy. And so you go kill. So Blanche, you got to help me.
So we gotta stop saying stuff like black folks don't do that, and that's what white folks do. Because
I just said that last week. Blanche, that's why we related. See, people don't know, me and Blanche, we not blood related, but we family, because we say the same thing all the time. You can't say that no more. I just said that. Didn't I just say it last week, people? Didn't I say it? Go ahead, Blanche.
Yeah, we got to stop saying that, because these crimes are so heinous and so soulless, and just imagine this man throwing a baby in the rip, like it's nothing. Like I'm just, my mind is trying to wrap around. It's crazy. Like,
that's a piece of chewing gum.
Just throw the baby away with the gun. Throw the baby and the gun away.
I can't even. I can't even get my words together. I'm so angry. And I keep trying to tell these females, stop messing with men and being a side piece, they side hole, and all this other mess. And if you are his first piece, if he's cheating on you, you got to let that go, because it's dangerous.
It's dangerous. You know, these men now, they're more emotional. It's not the same type of men, we grew up with. It's just not. And these men are real emotional and a lot of feminine energy. So they'll challenge a woman like a man. Like they don't have any kind of, so yeah. I look at them, these mug shots, and you can pretty much see what type of guys these guys are, these women be dealing with. I'm like, y'all got to make a decision about your life.
This is like you said, the word is heinous. It's heinous. It's so dark. And the guy over there in Georgia that just a couple of months ago killed the mother of his children, his ex-wife, his girlfriend who was pregnant. So he killed the girlfriend and his baby and killed himself. Remember, he just did that the other day.
He said he was going to do it.
And said it on Facebook Live. He did it on Facebook Live. You females, you have got, if you in one of these kind of situations, you got to get out. As a matter of fact, don't even get in it in the first place. But if you in it, you better get out of that shit, because these dudes, like Blanche just said, this is a different kind of dude. You ain't dealing. This ain't the same kind of dude. You ain't dealing with the same kind of dude.
No, this ain't. No. Mm-mm. These men today, man, it's a whole different breed of. Even like with my platform, I get most of the hate from black men.
Oh yeah.
They the main ones.
They're the main ones.
I couldn't believe dude came on my platform and he was supporting a child molester. And then I said, yeah.
What?
I don't know if you know Malachi York with the Nubians. No. He was, Brother Polite follows him. Lamont Hill used to be one of his followers.
Uh-oh.
Well, anyway, he got 125 years for molesting children.
Oh, yeah. Say that part again, because you kind of went out. It kind of got scrambled.
The guy Malachi York with the Nubians, he got like 125 years for molesting children. Lamont Hill was part of his group. Brother Polite. So
yeah. You told me about him.
So the guy came on my page telling me I should follow him to find the truth. And I said, well, he in prison serving 120.
The guy who's 120 years in jail?
Yes. And I said, well, you know, he's a convicted child molester. And of course, that's a government conspiracy. That's white people trying to bring him down. I said, listen, man. I said, 1 or 2 cases may be false accusations. We're talking about 50 cases with pregnant girls and guys being sodomized. I say it's a lot went into this case to get 125 years. That means you went above and beyond what you was doing. It wasn't accusations. So he gets upset and starts saying, you know, the white man got you and all that, you know. So I say, listen, man, you supporting the child molester. I can't rock with you. I said, I call him a soulless beast. I said, you soulless, you a beast, right?
You're a soulless beast.
This man reported me to, he reported me to Metaverse.
He called Daddy Zuckerberg on you.
He called Daddy Zuckerberg on me, and he supposed to be woke. And them folks took my life.
So wait a minute. So let's get this. Let's really lay this out. A black man who is 110% in support of black people, so much so that being black is a religion for him. Pro-black this, pro-black that, pro-black this. Gets into a disagreement and argument with another black man about his own personal religious beliefs. This black man is pro-black. This black man says, I disagree with your religious beliefs. And whether right or wrong, I feel that a man who's been convicted of something worth 120 years of molestation, I just think that you're a soulless beast. This black man who's pro-black goes and tells the white person who is supposed to be both of their enemies according to his beliefs. He goes and tells the enemy, the white man, on the other black man, but being black is supposed to be his religion. You can't make this shit up.
That is exactly what happened.
You can't make this shit up, Blanche.
That is exactly what happened. That, in a nutshell, is literally what happened. That right there. Literally. And then, so, Instagram showed me the comment, and I said, he done reported this comment, and all they see on there is child molester and soulless beast, so they don't know what I'm really saying. They ain't got no context. So they just said, we're going to shut your live down then. So, yeah. But my point was, he told on me, though. And so all this black power stuff, I don't listen to it because BLM just gave them people over in Canada $6.3 million for a mansion. So, and y'all over here suing the folks because they let immigrants vote. It's crazy.
They took $6 million over there. I told them people that them BLM people, you got to watch them. She gonna retire from her. She gonna retire from her job, and she gonna retire from her job at the BLM, the head lady, and take $6 something million back to Canada. Oh, Canada. And I don't have nothing against Canada, but the bottom line is, have you given $1 million, $100,000? Where is all the money for the African Americans who are suffering in this country against police brutality that you keep talking about? Where is the money, huh? Where's the money? But you gonna go out there and buy a castle? For what? Are you buying a castle because you take
hold on.
Come from over here and put them in the castle?
But we're talking about that mansion belongs to the Canadian Communist Party.
Leave me out of it. Leave me out of this whole situation. I'm so sick and tired of all these people. I'm sick of them. It's just disgusting. The whole situation is disgusting. And you're gonna sit up there and continue to talk about stop killing us, stop this and the other. Everything you do is 110% regression. It's all taking you further and further away from your healing, further and further away from your truth, further and further away from any type of reality. And then like I was telling y'all before, when you get a little bit of taste of reality, you jump off a building. And this is not good.
She jumped off. Listen, Megan, she jumped off of the building.
She sure did. She sure did. God rest her soul.
She just got that interviewing Denzel. She just interviewed Denzel a couple of weeks ago. And you off of a building 2 weeks later. And y'all want me to believe you got a book called Stop Lying, right?
I sure do.
Okay,
Hello,
so how do we go from all that stuff on social media where you living your best life to you on the ground from a 60-story building? That means a whole lot of lying took place. You was lying to everybody.
Something happened.
Something happened. Hear about the Brian Flores with the NFL lawsuit?
No. What happened?
Okay, so tell me this makes sense to you. He was the head coach of the Dolphins.
Okay.
He says the owner offered him $100,000 to throw games.
That's chump change.
Okay, so they can get a better draft pick.
Okay, because if you lose, you get right. Okay,
yeah.
I'm following. I'm following.
So the owner said, "I'm gonna pay you $100,000 a game to lose games."
Oh, $100,000 per game. Okay,
Per
good.
game.
That's better. Okay.
So he said, "I'm not gonna do it." So then they end up firing him at the end of the season, right? He gets fired. Now,
what's the name? What's the guy's name?
Brian Flores.
Okay, keep going.
So Brian Flores alleges that he's basically suing because of the hiring practices in the NFL.
He's suing.
So
he can prove systematic racism for what? I don't understand. Okay, keep going.
So Belichick, they said Belichick sent a text congratulating someone for the job, and he said he texted the wrong Brian. Now listen. Now I tell black folks this. Now you all fall for this kind of stuff because you're emotional and you believe that Bill Belichick is gonna text the wrong person. I said y'all really believe this ain't a setup. I said, why would an owner, think about this, why would an owner incriminate himself knowing he was gonna fire you? It don't even make sense. Like, why would I tell you, throw the games, I'm gonna pay you, knowing I'm gonna get rid of you?
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
That don't make sense. Then, so it's supposed to be a class action suit to claim racism. I'm telling the folks in the barbershop, it's really a setup because it makes the NFL look good. It makes the NFL look like they're being held accountable. I said, think about it. If they pay these folks a little chunk, couple of $1 million, it ain't gonna mean nothing, right? Here you go, right here.
Yeah. Oh! I wasn't playing it. I was just putting it as a background. Keep going.
But what I'm saying is, so the NFL, the average person believes, okay, if somebody's done wrong in the NFL, they'll sue, right? You pay him. Now, when you don't hire the black coaches, people are gonna say, well, it couldn't be a problem. There's nobody suing. So now the NFL looks like the good organization because when they get caught doing wrong, they'll pay. I say, to me, it's all a setup because there's no way this owner gonna be that dumb to offer you $100,000 and then get rid of you. There's no way, Robert. There's no way that Bill Belichick gonna text the wrong Brian and say, "Congratulations, you got the job." I'm like, it's too no. It's not how they work.
But so anyway. Even if he did text the wrong Brian, congratulations, you got the job. How does that prove racism?
Well, because he supposedly texted him, "You got the job," before this guy was supposed to get interviewed for the. I don't know. It really don't make no sense. It don't. So
even if he texts the wrong Brian, that the other Brian got the job before notifying the wrong Brian that he lost his job. How is that racism? It may just be sloppy. It's sloppy, but how is it racism? Just because you weren't notified before that you were about to be fired? It doesn't prove racism. It just proves tackiness. You know, like it was tacky. Like,
right.
But how, is it racist? How is it racist? I that's what I'm trying to understand.
So basically, the NFL has a thing where they call it Rooney.
Okay. They're saying that they actually did not interview yet, so they're just going to give the other Brian the job without interviewing. So that's what the racism is.
Yes, but you and I know, Megan, we've been in corporate America. Many folks apply for jobs and ain't finna get it.
Yeah, it's all about who you know.
Yeah, like so, like this happens in corporate America. Period. Whether it's race or not, this happens. This is a standard practice. It's nothing new.
Yeah, but if so, let's say for example, there's a movie but one of the characters has been written for me, right? Like I wrote this with you in mind, Megan. Okay. If they do auditions for that role, then they may just be doing it just to be auditioning.
It's a formality.
But right, it's a formality. That's the word. But if the role is mine, and I may not have to audition at all.
Right.
No, we know exactly. We know Megan's gonna do it. You're gonna do a great job. Boom, and that's the end of that. Why is it that it always has? See, this is what I'm trying to. I tried to tell the people that this was going to be a nightmare. It's going now. Everything is racist. Everything. They didn't have the right celery that I wanted is racism. Oh, well, there's no kale in the bush racist. Oh, everything is racist. It's to the point where you can't really make any sense. And when something really is racist, you don't even know. You can't even really identify. This is just stupid. This is
and so and our people just believe. I say, listen, this is strategic. I said people don't understand. This makes the NFL look good because what it does is it makes the NFL look like they're being held accountable. Like they're gonna. I'm telling you, it's a setup.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know good and well that coach is not gonna offer him $100,000 to throw games and then fire him. Think like this is okay. Let me ask you a question. How did he get the text messages from Bill Belichick and the other Brian? How did he get them? Who gave it to him?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? Like
I don't understand. It don't make no sense.
It don't make sense.
It's all weird. It's weird and it don't add up.
Now look, they're gonna do a class action lawsuit. The NFL's gonna pay, and the NFL's gonna say something like, we stand by to we're committed to equality and right. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes them look good. Then people on the sports shows gonna be like, the NFL is holding themselves accountable. This is a step in the right direction. Like it's all a setup. And I was trying to tell them in the barbershop. I say, listen, I said this. Think about it. They ain't even got to hire no black coaches because if they set the precedence, if you feel like it's racism, you can sue. So if nobody is suing, then that means nobody feel like it's racism in the NFL. I say it's a setup. I said these folks, I don't know. Yeah. I just think that who gave him all this information? You mean to tell me it's a good old boy network, but everybody giving him the goods? I don't buy that.
Right. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
That don't make no damn sense. It's a good boy, it's a good old boy organization, but your black ass somehow getting all the good old boy information. Man, get out of here.
Come on, man. It don't make no sense.
Don't add up. It again. They and what people don't understand is what we feel is wealth is chump change to these people. They give you a couple $2-3 million and make you be quiet. Even if they give you $30 million, that's chump. They wipe their butts with $30 million. It's chump change. They give you a little bit of change for symbolism to make you be quiet, so then they can just do whatever they want because they done already paid. They paid this one little amount, so now you got to sign the agreement to shut up because you already got the money and keep it moving. And what African Americans, black people, they take these little payoffs and they think that they really doing something. And it's like, you ain't did nothing. You're not changing the game. You're not making it even playing field. You're not doing none of that shit. You just really just making it hard for everybody else, because all that you're doing now is taking absolutely zero responsibility for yourself. You just want a payout. It don't even make, now people don't even have to try. Now all they got to do is get themselves in a situation and try to turn it, and then make it racist.
Can I ask you, so the debate we had in the barbershop was this. The guy says that this is going to make the NFL honor the Rooney Rule, where they're supposed to offer these black head coaches jobs, offer them jobs or let them interview for jobs or whatever, have fair hiring practices. But I said, if Kaepernick is saying that the NFL is like slavery, and many people believe the NFL is like slavery, then why would y'all not boycott? Like, why would you settle for a lawsuit versus saying we should boycott the entire NFL? Because it don't make sense for y'all to tell me that the NFL is racist, but you still want to watch the Super Bowl. The NFL is racist, but y'all still want to play. The NFL is racist, but you still want to wear the clothes. So help me out. If it's racist, then why are we not boycotting it? They tell me boycott's not the answer because it's going to put so many athletes out of a job.
But they're rich already. They already rich. What are you talking about?
This is what they tell me.
What are you talking about? Put them out of a job. You already have enough money to live yourself, your family, and probably, if you do it right, your grandchildren and their children, if you do it right. You already have enough. And by the way, why are you worried about so many athletes out of a job? I thought that this was an entire conglomerate that you are trying to change. So again, I said it from the beginning. If you wanted to make a difference, then don't go to work. Period.
Right.
I mean, this is not, we don't have to keep talking about it over and over again and trying to figure out what we should do. And it's very simple. You don't have to kneel. You don't have to stand up. You ain't got to put your hand up. You ain't got to put your hand over. You just don't show up at all.
Right.
80% of the football team is black. If 80% of the people don't show up, it will make an incredible impact. It's just that simple. You can even allow the half blacks and the half whites to show up, and you still gonna have about 75% of the people not show up.
Right.
So I don't understand. I really don't understand why we have to keep discussing it over and over again. But the only reason why we have to keep discussing it is because these people literally want to be able to scream racism and be able to say, oh, but we still want to be involved.
Ain't that crazy?
It just it's the same thing.
How are y'all telling me so on one hand, the guy says the NFL produces the most black millionaires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? From an industry.
Yeah.
But then you tell me it's racist. I said, well, it can't be both. I said it can't produce the most black millionaires and be racist. It can't be both. It got to be one or the other.
It has to be one or the other. It has to be. That's just how it is. It just has to be. And if you keep trying to tell me that it's not, you're gonna make me upset because you're insulting my intelligence. Either you are in an abusive relationship or you are not.
Or you're not.
You're not in a, well, he's kind of abusive sometimes. Is he whooping your ass or no?
Period.
Is he calling you a hooker to your face, bitch and all kind of other stuff, or no? Yes or no? Well, he only does it when he's angry. Well, then you're in an abusive relationship.
Period.
Period.
I don't care if it's once a month. It's an abusive relationship.
I don't care if it's once a month. You're in an abusive relationship. Oh, well, he only hits me when he gets mad. Well, hooker, he's abusing you. He's abusing you when he gets mad. So you're going to sit there and tell me, well, the NFL is racist except when they pay us. What?
Ain't that crazy?
When they pay out on these lawsuits. When they pay you $100 million a year for your contract, they're racist then. But when you sue them for racism and they pay out, then they're no longer racist. When they let Jay-Z do the halftime, they're not racist. But when they get Kaepernick with his half black ass, when they get him and put him in there with his non being able to throw the ball except straight down the middle, five yards out, then all of a sudden they racist.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. Make up your mind.
So first they said that John Gruden was racist because he said the guy had some big lips. And I said, I said, how is that racism? He said it. He said that one guy had big lips.
Well, he probably do got big lips.
No, he did. No, he did. But I'm just saying, he said it because he said he didn't like him. I said, but when people get mad, they insult each other.
Right.
I said, they're going to find something in your body that don't look right to talk about. I said,
how many times somebody done called you a big nose, black? I mean, this is what it is. What are you talking about?
Michael Jackson cut his nose off because they said his nose was so big. He cut it off. So
Michael Jackson wanted to make sure his nose was no longer a problem. Niggas start breathing through his ears.
Right.
He said, get rid of it. I don't want it. Just get rid of it. I want a complete, as the doctor said, Michael, I can't cut off anymore. I want it gone. Yeah. I want to breathe through my earlobes. You hear
me? They said Mike's nose was detachable.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. He could take that thing completely off. That's what I heard. Just
that's crazy.
Just put it over in a you know, people put their teeth in a cup. He just take his off, put it in a little cup right there on the nightstand. And then bring it on there. That's probably why he hung out with children. Because children probably think that's cool. Oh my God, it's so cool. You take your nose off, fit it in the thing, and you put it back. You can't do that shit with an adult. We're gonna tell you to your face, what kind of shit is this?
Right.
This is some scary shit, Michael. Now, what the hell kind of crap is this? We can't. You need some bonding glue, some hair glue for that.
Right.
You need some hair glue for that. Okay, Blanche, listen. You have been amazing. You know, everybody give Blanche a high five, a round of applause, standing ovation. Love, light, and happiness. Please follow him at He Is Blanchard. He is Blanchard. He is Blanchard. This guy is amazing. Are you He Is Blanchard on TikTok too, Blanche? Or
no, I think on TikTok, HHM Forever.
HHM, like Mary?
Yeah, letter 4.
4 and then ever.
Yeah.
HHM4 ever. Oh, hustle. Wait, what is it? Hustle.
Yeah, that's it. HHM Forever. Yeah, hustle hard mouthpiece.
Hustle hard mouthpiece. HHM, the number 4 ever is TikTok, and at He Is Blanchard is what he's on everything else. Thank you so much, Brent. You know, I love talking to you. You know, I try not to be on here over an hour. So these people got lucky. They because last week they tried to have me on here a long time, and all those guys like, please don't go. No. Y'all got lucky with this situation here. Y'all got real lucky because Blanchard is kind enough to give us his time. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Blanche, again for being here. And we're gonna close out. We're gonna close out. 3, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all be good. Y'all stay safe. Listen, make sure you go to stoplyingbook.com. Stoplyingbook.com. Make sure you get your t-shirts, you get your books, your workbooks, your bundles, all that good stuff. Not bundles of hair, your bundles of book and your workbook together with your t-shirt. You can go to mmcglover.com. You can get this t-shirt and some other stuff on there. I have a whole bunch of different books about eating, mental health, all kind of stuff. If you want to contact me, you can contact me through that. Of course, you can get my app, McGloverable. My app, McGloverable, is all over everywhere. I love you guys so much for being here. Thank you again for joining me on Petty Tuesday. It has been amazing. Thank you again, of course, to my host, Blanchard. Love him so much. And we will be having more guests on Petty Tuesday, so stay